Hello, everybody. Oh, wait. God damn it. PNG Keeper isn't working. 1 second. 1 moment. Let me check this. And okay, now it's working. Cool. Yay, I can talk. So, this is Drakan the Ancient Games. Wow, 3 people already right from the get-go. Hey, Code and Simply. Hey, Dio. Hey, Dawnseeker. Oh, Dawnseeker, by the way, I've watched more of Mushishi. And, it's really good. Like it. Really, it's too low. Alright, let me turn it up. Let me turn that up. Also, I can try and take down the audio of it. I thought I reduced it enough. Let me try reducing it about there. That should do it. Is that better? That should be better. But no, I've continued watching Mushishi. And yeah, it's really good. I think I've basically watched the whole thing now. Spiritual anime. Yeah, it almost is like a guy who's just investigating the Fae, but they're not really like the mischievous Fae. They're just kind of they're almost like Fae, but if they were animals. And the Mushi and the way they act are so Fae-like the whole, people going off in the woods and vanishing thing. Oh, no, Dragon, you're here as well. So, moving off that, my favorite episode was Lightning's End, by the way. Followed closely by the first one I watched, which was the Solar Eclipse episode. That one was still really good, but I really did like the Lightning's End.
Long past,
about Dragon.
Age without king,
I do think the art style got a bit more bland.
By an alliance
Wait,
between dragon
has it not?
and man.
Okay. Oh,
These are the
there it
legends
goes.
of the
Okay,
Order of
something's
the Flame.
weird. Let me do that. Hopefully that'll
great
fix it. I was trying to go into full screen mode, but the emulator isn't working. Really makes you want to look at the world a different way, doesn't it? Yeah. But really, it just reminded me a lot of the stories of the way the Fae operated. But if somebody got really metaphorical and philosophical about it, about their actions, and they weren't just evil. Or well, I guess the Unseelie were kind of mischievous, not as though evil. Oh
the
no.
dragons of the Order, wounded in spirit, withdrew into timeless slumber to await a time when the virtues of the Order were on once more.
Lost
For
age
mankind,
of magic and wonder.
fallen age had
What's your
begun.
final opinion on the first game so far?
Centuries wore
Well,
on.
I finally destroyed the
Evil
mine,
grew
actually, on
ever
my own
stronger,
time.
until the
And
vile banner of the
honestly,
Dark Union was raised once more.
weirdly, I've been
It was
kind of
then
positive
that the
about the
warrior
first
Rin
one.
discovered
It's
the
definitely
resting place
janky
of
as
the
hell.
dragon Arok.
Oh yeah,
Through the forgotten
you had to fight like a
legends of
4-headed
Bond,
dragon at the end.
their
I kind of
souls
watched the
were
final
joined as
cutscene.
one. And the first
Once you get
faint
enough
spark of the
items,
Order was
it's much
rekindled
more
at
enjoyable. The
last.
first
Together they took to the
hour or
skies
so of
like a
gameplay, not
rising
counting quick
storm,
loads,
driving
is
back
kind of
the
a pain in the
forces of
ass.
the
But once you get
Dark Union
items going,
and ending
and you
their
know you need to be
dreams of
saving regularly,
conquest.
you're pretty much good to go.
Victory was
It's a
there,
good game.
but it had come
This
at a terrible
honestly
cost.
looks a bit more bland compared to
Prince Village had
the
been
first one,
destroyed.
the art style in
Her
particular.
younger brother,
They do still have this
that
cool
remained of the family,
Conan level art
had
though.
been lost.
Honestly, this art right here
weary,
reminds
they
me of Conan
returned
the
to
Barbarian
Rin's
art.
village to
Right
search
here.
for any who might survive.
And it just it has that classic fantasy art. It's
Their
great.
struggles had only just
I hope this
begun.
game keeps it up, but from what I saw from the title screen, it looks a little more generic now, like World of Warcraft style. Which, don't get me wrong, World of Warcraft was a fine game, and Warcraft 3 was a fine game. But this is the time when fantasy started getting very homogenized when it came to its art styles. This could be literally any dragon from any game ever. Although I gotta admit, they do... No, I take it back. Look at his jaw right there. The jagged teeth. They really gave him an alligator mouth there. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Some of the villagers could still be in hiding.
This is apparently after some kind of destructive event. She had to kill her brother in the last game. I know that much. I looked it up. What the hell is that lighting? Oh my god, the whole screen lights up when she blocked her. Wow, the sun is either all there or not there at all, isn't it? Jeez. The entire screen gets darker if the sun isn't on it. What is this lighting?
But where then? There must be other villages, but...
I know the place. I've been
Hearing things ring. I did have fun with the first one in a janky way.
600 years.
It's the kind of game that if I were in my 12, 13, 14 years old, middle school through high school,
If others have returned,
I would probably have played it non-stop. It would have been the game I wouldn't shut up about.
I can't...
Is that Europa as the moon?
Not yet. There are still...
I don't know.
These were my friends, Arok.
I understand, but I cannot wait.
The call must be answered.
It comes from the north, where the city of Serdana once stood. Will you join me when you finish here? My foot
I'm not sure I would actually understand more of this if I had actually finished
Give
the
me
first
2
game.
days.
I
Then
did
come
recommend
after
this
you.
game, but I'm no expert. I can't really tell you whether to search joy other than be playful. I'm eating a drumstick ice cream right now. It's Bisnian. Jupiter's moon in Discord. Let me see. Checking the last year. It's loading in. I didn't really get a clear view, but maybe? That's possible, but like, why would the moon be out? Wasn't the sun behind us? Oh, also, this game, I'm playing this on an emulator, but it has a fictional, fun fact about Mushishi. Only the first season was dubbed, but the dub is just amazing as a sub. Yeah, the dub was really good. I had to watch the second season, with subtitles. I did. That is true. I did really like the dub, though. They stopped dubbing anime. Wow, then you must hate all of Yu-Gi-Oh!
The warrior of the order, aren't you? Are ox bonded?
I do find it kind of
Alok
funny.
is here then?
Based like Slifer exclusive director. Slifer? Have you not seen the moon out during the day? That's fair.
My name is General Derrimon.
Rin, tell me something,
I
General.
love how the order was like a
Power down
myth
there.
in the previous
Is that
game,
really so dominant?
and then now it's
I
like
mean,
just
it's
a
still
thing.
standing?
Perks of liking both sub and dub, yeah. I think I prefer dubbed overall when it's available, but I'm not against
This was the
subtitles, and
only
there are
place
some
to
times where
survive
subtitles are
the
just
Dark
objectively
Wars, so far
better.
as we know.
Moon was out for me today.
Listen, it's important that you go
Straight
straight
to
to the
the
palace
palace.
as soon as you can. Lady Miss Charlotte.
Oh, shit. I actually hit the X button. God damn it. Well, okay, I didn't miss much, it looks like. Oh, wow. This is... What the hell is this camera? Oh, my God. This camera is bobbing. Oh, my... This is actually making me a little... I think I got motion sick for a second there. I don't get motion sick, like, ever. What is this camera? All he needs is a second pair of health. Okay, the X button is... Where's my... Why is jump Y? Why is jump just not X? Why is dodge roll X? Alright, I need to remap this. Oh, thank God, there are controller No! Come on. Not this BS. Come on. And there is no way to make... Oh, I hate this so much. Let's see dual analog. Maybe I can do dual analog. Will that fix this? TDL needs a second pair of brain. All he needs is a second pair of mounts. Oh, right, and I hit that start to go back to save stuff. It has to save it all in the fictional memory card file. Oh my God, this camera. This camera is gonna drive me insane. Why? Why would you have it move like that? Look at this. I'm comparing this to you. Let's see if this is Europa, though. I think that is. I think that is Europa, actually. Yeah. They just used Europa. Oh, the good old days. No remapping options. Oh, gosh, the weird goblin things. You know, these guys look basically the same, though.
Wait. Road belong to Olak. Olak no say you use.
Huh.
Now you pay Olak fine. All your gold.
Is that so?
Oh, also, I found out the green crystals they were using to power their machines and stuff was just uranium. Like, they were talking about magical poisoning over time, and I was just like, holy shit, this is just radiation poisoning, but it's pretending to be magic. I actually think the green crystals were just freaking uranium, and it was just like there didn't seem to be much of a difference between it and uranium. Oh my God. Alright, where's the dodge roll button again? Oh my God. How do I use magic? What is this system? Well, I can get the dual analog sticks working, but I'm not sure how to use dodge rolls anymore. Oh my God, it's L2! Why is the dodge roll button L2? What is this? Is it weird that I prefer the jankiness of the original? Oh my God, at least I could like... Oh, at least that was something I got used to. Interesting thing about... Oh my God, oh my, uranium is real magic. TDL fails this game, I will... ISTG, I will commit forever sleep. Oh, the good old days. No. Interesting about Mushi Mushi is that you can literally pick an episode and watch without any prior knowledge. I actually found Mushi's second season while browsing on Netflix a long ago. Yeah, like the first episode doesn't really explain shit. There's some like I think the first episode that I had listed on Crunchyroll was the Eclipse episode. And they start out talking about like this guy who's a little different. And you get the hint that he might be touched by the Mushi because he has the same white hair as the albino girl who had her color sapped away from her. But aside from that, there's not really much other setup you need. L1. No, I remapped. It didn't change the oh my god, the helps did the hints did not get changed. Have you heard of the song Come to Daddy by Aphex Twin? Bro got touched. I'm jumping with L1. These controls are an abomination. Like, I prefer the jankiness of the original, and that is not something I thought I would say once I was done with it. The way the camera, like, you know, like, bobs behind you, like, they try to make it like like there's an actual person controlling it, you know, hovering over your shoulder or something. I don't know what it is about games that did this. I've only run into a few of them, but holy shit, they drove me insane as a kid. I wish that were me. Dio Jojo, check out Psalm Murder. Oh my god. Wait, pull myself up. With upper... Oh my god. No! Not jumping mantling. No, do not make me time a button prompt on a jump. What is wrong with you? Mario 64 had cameras like that. Yes, and I think it was stupid then. Because I have no nostalgia for that game, unlike some people. I tried doing it. It didn't work. Am I getting stymied by the first bit? Nerdo Dragon, okay. This comes from Game Wet, so you need to search this OST. It's too niche to be found. Nerd Dragon, I will listen to it. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, I did it! Just why? Just make the gap jumpable. I don't understand you. Oh god, this man cannot platform with good controls. I know! I can barely platform with good controls. I do not need controls actively working against me. Oh my god. Oh. Well, at least they kept the whole crouches dodge rolling thing. Don't know what games were obsessed with that. Then again, I come from a Dark Souls background, so... Oh my. TDL, this stream isn't funny or quirky at all. I'm sorry! I can barely control the camera! You still can do a standing backflip, so she's still like the most athletic kid on the block here. Wow. I can platform with any controls, though. Yes, well, I am notoriously bad with platforming. Lol. Alright, how do I talk to this guy?
Hi there.
Okay,
Like to try
wait,
a little
it's
archery?
triangle?
There's an extra bow just over there.
Okay. Extra bow. Got it. Alright, select button to open my inventory. Okay, so you still got the inventory management nonsense. You know, I do like inventory management systems like this, so I'm actually not that upset about that. Ooh, and you can put spells now, too. That's sweet. You only had the wands in the previous game. Alright, so... to shoot an arrow. So equip it, we do this, and then... Okay. Still don't really have good aiming controls, I don't think. No, you... Oh god, you have to use this weird freaking camera to aim. No, wait, there's a zoom mode. Okay, it's R2. I beat the old NES Popeye game on my first try. Listen to the over ST. For this game in general, something tells me it's the music treasure vault, knowing your taste, Dio. Nerd Dragon, I will see. 2DL's icon is soulless. I know. I really need to finish remapping my remaking my icon. Is it me or is this soundtrack, this like background music just kind of sound boring? It's like generic fantasy soundtrack with birds chirping. Like a lot of birds chirping. Strek in. Yep, this is a game. Oh my god, look at the trees. The completely straight line of trees just kind of plopped there. I used to do that. I used to do that in level designers.
Spy! Someone call the watch!
Spy? What do you mean? What the hell? You know, how did they just know he's a spy? What the hell are those swords? Wait, what? Holy shit!
A desert lord!
Wait, what? What's a desert lord? Guessing not good. I do admit the design is pretty cool. The multiple heads are interesting. Is this a game? I wouldn't have known. Something tells me that with open mind, this game could be enjoyed the way old Zelda does. I need to try myself those games one day because I never played them. I don't remember. Yeah, it could be interesting. I gotta admit, the design for the enemy right there has me hopeful. The Desert Lord looked cool as hell, and I cannot wait to encounter more things like that.
What was that?
What is going on with that chest? Holy shit! What the hell is this character?
Enslaved my own people in the desert of tears.
Oh.
Unless you and Arok can aid us, I fear they shall soon do the same here.
Okay.
You know who I am?
Dumb dragon.
I was one of those who called you.
Look at it! It's like that Captain America. It's like that Captain America one where his chest is all wrong. Like the one that point to how 90s comics got so absurd.
They don't
Or
look much
deformed, I don't know. Like, look at it! It stands, it's like a foot, your chest is like a foot wide at one point.
I have ever seen. And you think Arok and I can
Oh,
I'm flattered. But I
that's
think you
so...
overestimate our strength.
God, the early 2000s.
It is not just your strength we need. Arok is the key to
Too much larger things.
But it would be better not to discuss such matters in a public street.
Oh my God.
Speak with Lady Mashala in the palace.
This character, she's built like a Dorito. Yeah. Goddamn voice acting, Lamau. What is that accent? You're right. What the hell is that
I
accent?
can pass along a charm or two to aid you.
It's PS2 era. What did you expect? Such things are to be found at this point. Just play the game TDL assembly. I am playing the game. I'm being very open-minded about it. It's just the camera makes me want to vomit. And that character design was ridiculous. I've seen worse. Don't worry. I have seen worse. So I'm not, like, upset or annoyed. I'm just pointing it out. Oh, look, we got a blacksmith here. Maybe I can get a upgrade to my weapon. Wow, they give you a lot of supplies. 194 arrows already. I'm kicking and giggling at this goofy-ass game. This game is very much different than the previous game. Look at that. 194 arrows right here in the bottom corner. They clearly don't want you to run out of material. I had to scrape together. I was lucky to have, like, double-digit arrows for most of the other game. PS2 is no excuse.
Ah, welcome to the armory.
Okay. How much gold do I have? I have 25 gold.
Destruction can I get for you today?
I love when they're like, oh, well, I guess... I do actually wonder if these weapons we're going to be here, like, the whole time. Rin's dagger. Indestructible. Oh, wait. Is weapon durability? Weapon durability is back, everybody! They kept it! Weapons have durability! You gotta keep your starting sword because the one you're going to be breaking all the crates with.
I'm not buying that. Farewell.
Okay. It's the one you're going to be bashing all the crates with.
Can't solve.
Is there going to change? Nope, you have to go into the select menu, change your weapon. Okay. There's no, doesn't look like there's a weapon change key even using the directional controls, which is a little annoying. Oh wait, no, there's a hot slot. Okay, so maybe with the hot slot thing I can do it? Dawn Seeker. PS2 is no exception. I've seen better graphics on the PS2. That's true. Also, the back Captain America mark was more of a Rob Liefeld than comics in general. Alright. Well, these aren't breakable. Oh well.
It's locked.
Aw, locking your doors so the adventurers don't go in and smash your phone. This man knows how people play. Like, look at this. They knew exactly what the player would do if you gave them the chance. He's behind a steel cage so the player can't murder him. His doors are locked so we can't go in his room and rob him. These designers clearly knew exactly how gamers operate. This is a blacksmith who's met an adventurer or two. This has nothing to do with this, but I'm currently having a seizure. You sure it has nothing to do with this game? The best part of Mushi, in my opinion, is the nuanced situations. It never... Yeah, because the Mushi aren't evil. They're creatures trying to survive. Like, again, with the Eclipse one, which I keep referencing the Eclipse one because it's one of my favorite episodes. I've watched the Eclipse one like 3 times now. I've actually rewatched episodes already. The thing was blotting out the sun, but it was just trying to survive, and the little girl who wanted to survive with it was just also wanted to live and be able to go outside and enjoy the sunlight.
Something like that.
And not have to stay inside all day.
Might be able to help you with. If you've got the
And then there's like the kids, like what? Yeah, what, you know, the mom shouldn't have tried to kill him. Obviously, that was probably pretty bad.
If you were to
Griffith.
come by some in your travel.
But she also didn't want to have a kid.
I'm not
You know, maybe she should just not be a bit scummy. That was a bad example. That's a bad example. That's a bad example.
Eggs.
Oh, there's also the girl who lost her voice to the seashell. That was like, I gotta admit, that was a little terrifying. I thought that was gonna be like the whole episode, but then it was about like this thing coming in from the sea.
I suppose it's always possible.
Blackwing
Yes,
dragons.
good, good.
Okay.
If you do find any, bring them.
Griffith.
I'll
Yes,
take everything
yes.
you can find.
I see your Berserk reference. Go join Miyazaki in the corner. Full mana, half mana, potion of life, health elixir. Okay.
You just come on back when
Dio, do you know I
I'll
am?
be here.
I'm a bigger scumbag. No, I am. Why are you arguing over who's the bigger scumbag? Doesn't seem like something you would want to argue over. Also, yes, we are basically playing on an emulator, so we are saving to a fictional memory card file and using memory card slots with really low loading. I don't know why the loading is so low. Because we're not actually writing to a real one. The scene with the Mushi coming out in the moonlight was incredible. Yeah, that was pretty freaking beautiful. Honestly, just the Mushi in general are really pretty. The environment backgrounds, too. The clouds and, like, the forest areas are so detailed. Honestly, I loved... One of the reasons I liked Lightning's End so much, it was, like, the clouds and the storm just are so beautiful. Basically, all the art in Mushi is, like, a fantasy... You Googled, like, good fantasy art. You know? Oh, man. So... Wait, so... wait. That's the castle. And to get to the castle, we go into the guard's tower and go up the staircase to cross the moat. No, wait, we don't go to the staircase. We go to the elevator that auto-activates for us. Hey, you know, I feel a little weird about the fact that we're starting with, like, a basic sword, because we grabbed, like, the hero sword. We had a whole arsenal by the end of the last game. And we had, like, you know, heroic armor and stuff. Where'd all that go? Why are we back in leather?
Welcome. Welcome. I am Zola Dane.
Royal Seer.
Royal Seer, and
That must be an
advisor
easy
to
job.
Charlotte.
Secure castle. Yeah.
Honored to meet you.
Thank you.
Nerd Dragon, no.
That's very
Mushi
kind.
seems like an interesting anime. I would actually
I was
recommend it.
told Lady
Dawn
Michelle
Seeker was
was
completely
expensive.
right. It is
Of course.
definitely something I'll be
She
recommending to
waits
people.
you in the grand hall.
Called postpartum depression. Basically a malfunction of hormones. Instead of causing a connection to the child, you feel no love. Interesting. Because this is RPG tradition. Ew, his voice. Yeah, it just screams, I am the vizier behind the throne.
Last. Welcome to Sedana, my dear.
I never dreamed such a place still stood.
Let us pray it can remain.
What is this castle?
We are strong within these walls.
This one room must make most of it. Now that TDL recommends
We'll be glad
Mushi,
to
I
help
think
you however we
I'm
can,
thinking
but
against
I'm still not
watching
sure
it.
what you want us to do.
Well, that hurts.
Arok's return opens new possibilities. Things not dreamed of in centuries. Come.
Okay.
follow me.
Also, what is this outfit? Like, it's a, like a leopard print with like
Spirit dragons.
horns sticking out the pauldrons and some kind of weird sun crown over like a hood? What is this outfit, like, actually? Look at that headpiece! It's got like a ridge ponytail cover.
It was she who led her followers into the sleep of ages. It said.
Well, TDL, life hurts. Life lessons, D-John.
Will the last dragon
Let's sink in. Yeah, you don't want to rush it.
The legend.
I've actually gone back and kind of like watched it like in quiet moments before I go to bed because it's rushing through it. Honestly, I think I did a disservice because yeah, it was beautiful, but it's the kind of thing you do want to think on.
But this one hides a greater power. The eye can reach beyond the world to call upon Malashe herself.
I understand none of these fantasy terms.
We can call the dragons back to our world.
Didn't they leave because they were sick of us? I thought they left because they were sick of humanity. Ornstein fit. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it does look like Ornstein's armor.
Do it ourselves. Only a dragon of the
It looks like what Ornstein would wear if he wasn't allowed to wear his armor, actually.
Arok.
Just give him a lion mask.
It's returned.
TDL is a very critical creature that loves hyping things up. Too much for a taste of someone's, I know. I'm fucking him like that myself. Good to know I have a fellow enjoyer.
Did you find the site, Arok?
I did, but the trees were too dense. I couldn't get close. I'm afraid I'll need you to
Right.
into the
We're basically your little mouse that goes scurrying into the holes to open the door for you.
Slugging around in the
When will a character in this game have drip? Nerd Dragon exactly
My
well.
apologies. The gates of the eye were sealed by magic. The spell to unlock them was bound in a rune of power and hidden away. In the swamps there is a memorial known as
There's a tree of mourning.
The rune lies in a chamber.
This
beneath
can't be
the
that
rocks.
easy. The only thing hyped up is Nerd Dragon's English skills.
You'll find the Shadow Mire through the west wall. But I warn you, the swamps can be deadly.
Sounds like I'll need some better weapons.
Weapons.
The Armorer Breck has a shop down in the square.
Oh, thanks for the
Here,
gold.
this
I'll
should
totally
be
spend this
started.
on weapons and not potions to get high.
Take.
I don't agree. And don't you agree? It just feels like watching Mushi has this feeling of enriching your soul. It feels like I'm watching something otherworldly. Like when I watch the Mushi show, it's not the traditional show I thought it was going to be. Like when I first saw it, I was like, okay, so he's going to be revealed to have some like overarching thing with the Mushi and some connection that's going to be teased out. It's like, no, I mean, they kind of tease out how he has like this connection issue with the Mushi, or he's kind of like a little off axis from the world. But it's not really like the main thing. The main thing is the individual, actual like problems, the issues. I'm critical like TDL, but without the hype.
The one everyone's talking about, would you?
The Dragon Knight.
I might be. Why do you ask?
The Drog Chief Toadfist has an enchanted helmet
Okay.
I want. I have a standing offer.
Ooh, 2,000 gold? Well, as long as I don't want to keep the helmet for myself.
2,000? I'll certainly keep that in mind.
Yeah. I love how I'm standing there in my action pose ready to attack this man. Okay, let's see about weapons. We've only got 325 gold, so that's not enough, I don't think, to buy, like, the really good shit. Like, look at that mithril short sword or this short warbow. Those are all really nice, but I can't buy those. Can't even buy some armor, either. I have to buy just a better weapon. Do I try and buy something as expensive as I can? And try and get the most damage? What's something with 9 damage? We got a rusty axe. Steel scimitar is nice. It's a very fast weapon versus a medium weapon. I am Kingu Crimson no Noriku. Noryoku. And then Code and Assembly, take it from me. I don't praise things lightly. See, I'm of the opinion that, like, true perfection and it's the worst thing ever are a lot rarer than generally speaking. But I do like a lot of things. I'm very easy to get, like, a nice, enjoyable evening. It doesn't take a lot to impress me that much. But to make me actually say this might actually be the best thing ever, it takes a lot. How to Train Your Dragon is the best show I've ever watched. And I will fight to the death over that. And space it out. Yeah, I'm going to rewatch the series because it was really good. And I feel like I might have missed some nuance. I definitely like to take some time and go, like, rewatch things on occasion. Alright, let's actually buy some stuff. So, let's go ahead and get this iron scimitar. Seems like the best thing we can buy is like a solid beginning weapon. And I'm probably going to pick up or find some other weapons later. And probably get some more gold. Oh, no! Shit! Shit. Alright, I accidentally sold the weapon. God damn it. I'll add it to my watch list sometime. My mom sometimes. Yeah, it would be kind of... I think it sounds like the kind of thing she might enjoy. And that you probably, like, enjoy watching with her. Well, it can be the best thing ever among dragon games, where dragon ain't just the villains. I don't need to explain why, do I? Yeah. I mean, we don't get a lot of, like, dragons aren't the villain things. That's the problem, though, right? Oh, shoot. What the hell? I reloaded because I accidentally wasted my gold, and now I need to figure out where I am again. Oh, I'm at this stupid shopkeeper. Wow, I went back a little ways. Just make sure Code and Assembly, you don't binge it and space out the episodes and really out the scenes. Well, we just have the first 150 episodes of Rama half first. Oh yeah, you are why. I forgot how long that show is. Like, I've never seen it, but I've heard about it and I've looked it up. I forgot. Yeah, that's from like the old days when shows could go on forever. Man. Ugh. Although I was actually surprised to see that some seasons of shows are like actually a lot more similar to the streaming 10 episode seasons than you'd think. 13 episode seasons are remarkably common. Even like in like the early 2000s or like 2010s, before streaming really took off. Uh-oh, the PNG tubers decided to stop working. Hopefully this will stop after I do my computer upgrade. We tend to watch shows 1 episode per day. So you have like a third of a year before you get to anything like that. Oh, I also added Wednesday to the, I'm going to be adding Wednesday and Lovecraft Country to the Plex server. I got the Blu-rays for them. So the first season of Wednesday, I actually really liked Wednesday. It was a good show. I think I reviewed it. Yeah, I did review it. Very good show. Highly recommend. Not like the best thing ever, but it's a very interesting thing because I thought it was just going to be like a bad show I could wreck on because, you know, Adam's Family, but it's just Wednesday at a boarding school, which I've seen. I've seen that Worlds Like Hers a lot.
It's cool.
I think there's a cap on the amount of episodes an anime can have before it becomes a deterrent to newcomers. You know, you didn't say One Piece, but I could hear you thinking One Piece across time and space. You were thinking One Piece, weren't you? Were you thinking One Piece? Because I feel like you were thinking One Piece. I don't disagree with you if you were, but like, yeah. When you get to be over 1,000, One Piece and Detective Conan. Well, at least Detective Conan is mostly episodic. Like, even with, like, the handful of overarching things, it's mostly seasonal stuff. You know? You can kind of just, like, show somebody a Detective Conan episode and then show them, like, the first episode. And that's all they really need to know. Alright, let's not screw this up this time. We're gonna buy this, and then we're going to leave. Not go to my other menu and accidentally sell it for less money than it is worth. Okay, so I can select. So it's square, no. Square. Okay, so square allows me to select for my clicked weapons. That's good. One Piece is just a monster. Between all the, especially with the filler that makes it hard to judge, like when you actually get to the new content. All right, so how do I call Arok to me? I know in the last game. Or he's probably sitting right over there, right? So, how do I call Arok? Because I remember the last game's whole thing was that you would use Arok to explore the big open areas. And then you would use yourself to explore the tight areas and open up ways for Arok so he could... Oh, shit! Oh my gosh, I don't have to add to the death by falling counter! I live! I live! Yay! If now I have to figure out a way out of the water, but yay! It's not completely the climates I've been orbiting among recently. Oh my god. Controls! Controls, help me! Oh my god. Okay, finally. Okay. Come on. You can swim. I know you can make it. It's not completely the climates I've been orbiting, but recently, despite the surprisingly long time rewatching Black Lagoon, I was rewatching mainly animated shooty shoot, Cowboy Bebop, Hellsing Ultimate. Hellsing Ultimate is fun, but honestly, I kind of prefer Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. It's more fun. Like, I've watched Hellsing Ultimate Abridged for almost, like, aggressively for years, and then I went back to Hellsing Ultimate, which I did really like still. And I just, like, felt like the abridged version was better. It's not a bad show, I just enjoy the comedy of the abridged. It really adds to the violence. But for me, it's just not the amount of episodes and chapters One Piece that turns me, it's also the art style. For me, I can't stand the overly exaggerated styles for me. Yeah, One Piece is a very much overly exaggerated. If you don't like overly exaggerated art style, you might just not like One Piece's art style at all. It's like 60 plus episodes and we got through that. Also got through My Hero Academia with her. Yeah, My Hero Academia is also divided into like nice little chunks that you can kind of go through. The seasonal release structure really helps with watching if you want to like watch in segments. Although I think you got her mostly just caught up. Okay, where did Arok go? Die, die, die. Wow, these enemies are a lot easier to just stun lock. They also seem like less aggressive. Less able to actually hit me. I feel like we're missing each other. My god, this combat is bad. I thought the previous ones was bad, but this is like actually kind of atrocious. Most I could stand of exaggerating was Fairy Tail. Okay, this is a hard one for me because I know Fairy Tail is like full of dragons and dragon slayers who like embody their dragon magic or whatever. I cannot stand Fairy Tail. I have tried to finish Fairy Tail on at least 7 different occasions, going back all the way to like when it was airing. And every time I would get so bored. I don't know what it is about that show. I think it's the repetitiveness of the plot a bit. Like every single plot plays out the exact same way.
Miss,
aggressively so. I get through like the exam on the island and the tournament arc, and then I just kind of get sick of it.
They said she must have run off with another man, but
I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but Cowboy Bebop should have better action scene. Cowboy Bebop has better action scenes or should have better action scenes? This is a textbook example.
But she should have been back hours ago.
Just got her caught up.
I know she didn't run off like they said.
What more My Hero Academia could I have watched with her?
Don't worry. I'll find her.
I mean, there's the other stuff I haven't been... Oh, God. We have... Did you get her caught up to, like, the All Might mech suit thing? 'Cause that's where I was at. Oh, God. So they continue airing that? I need to find out when the next episodes are releasing, or if it's already finished coming out, because I kind of had a pause on it, and I'm just realizing I haven't watched it in a few weeks now. Actually, almost, like, a month and a half. Holy shit. It's a matter of taste, so there's nothing for me to criticize for. Yeah, I don't blame people who like Fairy Tail. Like, for example, I think if you like Fairy Tail, it's good on you. I just personally couldn't get into it. And I don't know why, because I actually kind of liked the first 2 seasons when I was first watching it. I really enjoyed it. The characters are a lot of fun. Okay, you finished the season. Okay. I need to figure out when it's been when the rest of it, when the next last, like, is the next bit going to be the last season, like, you know, part to this season or something like that? I need to figure out.
You just go on about your way.
Okay,
We don't
random
need
person.
Any dragon taming witches round these.
Oh, I'm getting called a witch.
We're
Cool.
decent folk. You just go.
Oh yeah. Okay, they're just gonna play it the same way. You know, you gotta give this character credit. They can do a standing backflip like a champ. Like, look at this. I could sure as hell couldn't do that. God damn, that's impressive. Also, standing cartwheel jump. She makes a little weep, 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 weep. What is that noise? Her jumping makes her a perfect John Woo movie protagonist. Give her a gun and make her fight Ruby from Wet. Spell at her. The peasant is illiterate. Oh, not one of these things. I hated these in the original game. But apparently they become little wusses. Uh-oh. Come on. Kill it with the scimitar. Oh, shit. Okay, there are a lot of them down here. Maybe they're not weak. Nerd Dragon, that murder song is great and relatable. Spell at her. This peasant is illiterate. I would if I knew any spells. Alright, I'm gonna need this potion of life. I love how they say equip. They couldn't even be bothered to replace it with use when you hover over a usable item. Oh, we get skill points, I guess, as we level up. Okay, select skill. Oh, we have no points. We have no points we can spend. Okay. I do miss the dragon flying segments. Like, are they just trying to acquaint you with the 2D combat? Because Arok kind of just left, and I don't see... I've been trying to figure out how to summon him, and I don't see a way to summon him. So... Great punk music. Dio and his punk music. Same. This game is mining cave with such songs. Nerd Dragon cool. My gods, are there ancient ruins in every goddamn cave in this world? I swear. Feels like every cave has some kind of like ancient ruin in it. Do they just really like building in caves for some reason? What are they, the Dwemer? Oh. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, jeez. Oh my. I missed the stealth button. Remember how long it took to get to Dragonfly in the first game? Yeah, that's fair. But I figure since we like already have our dragon now, they could just introduce us to it. Well, these things have definitely gotten nerfed. I'm just gonna say that. One of these used to be a major challenge to fight against. Now they just all stun lock and die. I hope this is just my Mandela, but there was a lesser focus on dragon combat. No! That's like the last thing I wanted to hear. Why do you put a dragon on your box if it's not going to be a main part of the game? I'm sorry. Get wrecked. And you know what? I give Demon Souls shit for this too, because they had the Dragon God as like one of the main selling points in the trailer. And he was literally the final boss who showed up for all of like 5 minutes. And he wasn't even the final boss of like the game, he was the final boss of like an area in the game. Yes, caves are natural, weatherproof shelter. It makes sense for prehistoric people to live in there. This isn't prehistoric though, they were building like pillars of... They were building stone brick flooring and brick pillars just in the middle of the cave. Like, why is there a brick floor here? And why does it just give way to stone, cobblestone? I don't understand. That's the thing I have a problem understanding. It's not that the people built things in caves. Nah, it's prehistoric. Have you ever heard of cavemen? Cavemen didn't lay down brick foundations inside their caves, along with like stone altars that look pretty well carved. Also chests with healing potions in them.
I'm not skilled enough to use that.
Oh no, we need skill proficiencies now to use certain weapons. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, in the original game you could just pick up whatever weapon you wanted and not need to use it. TDL, have you ever heard of a brain? Yes, I have. Mine goes on walkabouts occasionally. I blame ADHD. It doesn't like... ADHD, like, keeps blasting music in my brain's hole, and it really doesn't like staying there as a result. Yeah, it has nothing to do with stone building. Fair. Cordon, is this really so hard to write dragon character at all, even as good villain? Because you have luck. If Drag is interesting villain at all and not just ultimate evil or symbol of power. Yeah, it's like that even in mythology. Like Fafnir was interesting, but he was technically a dwarf, and after he became a dragon, he became boring. I mean, he became a giant poison things. I blame my parents. Well, the level design is pretty similar to the first one. I gotta give him credit for that. That's a bit of consistency. You know, I do like this game's level design a bit, though. Their caves are a bit more interesting than just, like, endless tunnels. They tend to do big rooms like this with, like, different ledges and stuff like that. Which I know is a bare minimum thing to say, but it's not something you see in all games. A lot of games just turn cave systems into just an endless series of rooms and corridors. And I like they're going to be a bit more advanced than that, which is having some tall ledges that lead to secondary parts, and you can see different parts of the map from the beginning that you'll go to at the end. So areas can loop into each other and be a bit more interconnected. It's not much of a compliment, but it is a compliment that I wanted to give this game. Oh, I guess fall damage doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Well, that explains why I survived. Fall damage no longer exists. Suck it, gravity. Do you also have trouble with your brain arbitrarily throwing info into the not important bin? Oh yes, 100% absolutely, yes. I have a big problem with that. Oh, and stop sucking at games. Well, I was gonna retort that sucking at games thing, but then I fell off the ledge by jumping, so... Whee! When the jump button makes travel faster, and so you spend the entire game bunny hopping. Lol. Yay! Woo! No, everything goes in the important bin, no matter how small. I have problems with it, not you, Assembly. Oh. Okay. You know, these guys really didn't have as good of a time as me. But then again, they're not a sword-wielding, dragon-riding, witch, magic-casting witch badass. So, you know. Let's go. We did kill a four-headed dark dragon abomination. And an evil dragon rider from, like, prehistory for her. So, you know what? Pretty freaking sweet. And now we're fighting goblins in caves again. Because the video game demands we be depowered. Although, to be fair, you could argue she didn't really actually learn anything. She just kind of hopped on a dragon and saved her brother, who was being possessed. Wonder how TDL would react to the Legend of Spyro trilogy. For the moment, this is the ultimate dragon game. There's not even field discussion. Actually, I played a bit of the first one. There was one of them was for the GameCube. I forget whichever one of the Legend of Spyro games they put on the GameCube I had played at one point. I don't have it anymore, but I did play it. No, the Legend of Spyro games are pretty cool. Spyro is like one of the default video game dragons. Because apparently no one else thought having a dragon as a mascot was cool. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. People are stupid. Uh-oh. When was the last save game again? This is another thing. I don't think I have a quick save button, actually. Shit. Lol, dragons are lame. You take that back, Dio. You take that back, or I shall bring upon the wrath of Tiamat down upon your head. Ugh. Sorry about the little mascot, though. He's not cooperating at the moment. PNG Tuber's really been crashing a lot lately. I was actually trying to record something with it and for an upcoming video, and it just crashed again. I'm objectively right. Right. No, you're not. And also, oh shit, I didn't save it all in that case. I had to redo the whole thing. God, it's modern gaming. You get used to autosave. Not having autosave is brutal. PNG tubers need to die. Oh, the lack of autosaving. I'm not gonna bring it up too much. I had this issue with the other game, but at least I found a quick load button. There aren't exactly a lot of buttons that can be mapped to, though, unfortunately.
I'm not buying that. Be careful out there. Oh, that blood can get slippery.
It's pronounced
you know.
Ree. I think Spyro from the first game that is the most disliked. I don't know. Actually, apparently a lot of people didn't like the edgy direction for Spyro, from what I've heard. Or at least maybe that's just people I've heard it from. I think the Legend of Spyro games are fine. They're pretty cool. You know, technically Skylanders, I think, is built upon that continuity, if I remember correctly. Where does Skylander Spyro fall for you? You know, the Fisher-Price toy version. I don't know. Gamers and off... Wait, so fall damage does exist? I'm confused now, because I felt like the same amount of distance in the cave and I didn't die. But I did it here and I die. Third timeline. It's a travesty. Hands on the table, I actually played the second Skylanders game back when they introduced the first gimmick, which was like the giant Skylanders. It came with the giant tree guy. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was kind of just a boilerplate platformer. Cave Fall was not that far. Yeah, but I took no fall damage. You'd think is it maybe an all-in-one thing? Like you either die from fall damage completely? It's pure utter travesty of design. It was mostly just generic. Like, the characters' personalities were nice, but aside from that, it didn't really have a lot going for it. Its look is just plain ugly. Maybe? I'm not sure. Like, on one hand, don't get me wrong, it was definitely limited. It was on the Wii, for crying out loud. But at the same time, it's not, like, terrible. I actually like a lot of the figures. A lot of the figures look cool. But I can't deny that the game did kind of cash out real quickly. Spyro and Skylanders. Cinder was there too. Oh no, don't fall off the ledge again. Also, I should probably save. I love how it goes through this whole memory card thing when it's really just writing to a file. Wow, this is really slow. Is this like hard baked in loading, or is it like actually taking that long to write a few changes to a text file? We just redoing the cave then? Yeah, I'm going to save more often, don't worry. So we wanted to do that again. Don't worry, I shall save more often so we don't have to do that again. Alright. We is no excuse. The third installment of the Legend of Spyro series was incredible in design. I didn't say anything. Oh, I thought you were talking about like the art design. No, game design wise, yeah, they're kind of terrible. Yeah. Game design wise, they're terrible. Legend of Spyro definitely had an aesthetic. Say whatever you want about the changing gameplay. Legend of Spyro at least had an aesthetic, and it kind of stayed by it. Oh my god. Camera. Well, the camera is the death of me, and I shall restore from this. Imagine being in Poland. Imagine being born in Poland. Couldn't be me. Although there are heavy graphical limitations on the Wii. As someone who had a Wii and had a cousin with multiple cousins with Xbox 360s, I can say the Wii was like way below it when it comes to graphics. Unless you're a Nintendo game. If you're a Nintendo game, you know the hardware and you can get the most out of it. And every Nintendo game on the Wii looked so much better than everything else on the Wii. It's not even funny. The first party games just looked better. Well, most of them. The ones they put effort into. Oh shit. Oh my god. This control scheme is gonna get me killed. Nope. Nope, we're reloading again. I've literally just like, every once in a while I just kind of forget what the buttons are. Don't have that much you can dislike about. At worst you can say it's generic. At best you can enjoy the characters and squeezing what you can from combat. My only criticism of Lego Dawn of the Dragon is how short it is. Yeah, from what little I remember, it was kind of like just a sort of knockoff God of War, but for kids. That's my memory of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like the kiddie version of God of War that we weren't allowed to play the regular one. Alright, now I've got this dragon. It's only the camera. Oh, what? You know, can I invert the camera? Because this is driving me nuts. I keep doing this. Reverse pitch. Okay. Let's see if that changes it. And of course I have to save the changes to my memory card. Combat was still very fun. I mean, yeah, it's hard to mess up God of War's formula. Okay. Now I feel better. Finally, inverted controls. The way I like them. Inverted vertical controls specifically for the camera. Drink the potion of life. TDL sucks at games as usual. Anyway, when I come back, you better do better. Baby one bottle. DJ is so needy. It's like having a child, I imagine. You still feel like you're trading health, which is true. I mean, I know there technically are dodge rolls, but I'm not sure if they're actually, like, avoiding attacks, and they don't feel like... You have to do, like, this L1... You know, at least it doesn't interrupt. You take your hand off the crouch button, it doesn't interrupt the dodge roll. I am needy. I'm your long-lost title, TDL. It's your lore. I'll take Nerd Dragon as a child, actually. You've been replaced. Sorry. I adopted a different child after abandoning you. Oh. I like it when game is short. It's good you can play it, maybe in New Game Plus, something like that. Another way to screw games that aren't necessarily long, at least linear ones. Yeah, Drakan is worse than me. You know, actually, one of the things I noticed is that Black Myth Wukong is actually a pretty short game. If you're not going for like all the secrets, and once you know the bosses, it's really short. I know it's like saying once you know where you're going, it doesn't take that long to get there, but still. Ugh! Drakan Onord. Why are these things killing me so much? I walked in here and like blasted them off the face of the earth last time. Well, I guess I just got lucky the first time, because they're apparently killing me just as much as they did last game. Well, not just as much. If I tried to start the game and go after these things with only like 2 weapons, I would have lost. Flat out. One of the awkward things is that hitting B doesn't close the menu. There are little changes that have been made to modern game UI that you just get used to. Like, you know, a universal language. Like, when you open the menu, you use select instead of start, which, okay, I've seen that before. But you can't close by hitting B. You have to hit select, or you can hit start. But if you hit start, it closes the menu for the inventory and brings out the start menu, which is kind of weird. I know it's something games did, it's just weird because I haven't seen it in so long. Alright, I managed to kill it without getting hit as much. Let's go ahead and save here. Yes, I know we are doing basically the save scumming thing where we're choosing the best... We're doing the time traveler's dilemma, where we choose the best instances as we go on our journey. Snapshot. Honored, I mean stop poking my English, DJ. I didn't know that honored meant stop poking my English. That's a variant of that word I've never encountered. You are very wise, Drakan. For reference, I'm actually not playing this with the original PS2 controller. I'm playing this with a PS5 controller, so that might be a part of the weirdness. It's also weird, the touchpad. The touchpad is getting shoved in so many PS5 games. Sometimes it feels natural, a lot of times it doesn't. But, it's weird to have a PS5 controller and the touchpad just not do anything. I like it. I like the games don't necessarily need this. Although, you know, it is a button that could probably remap something. If they did button renapping, games that don't do button renapping are just rude, in my opinion. Like, you already probably had to, you know, put the buttons there, and you already had to build a start menu with options. Just, you even had the controller right there. You wouldn't even have to build that much more UI. All you need to do is use the yes/no box and maybe some highlight effects whenever you hover over a button. Just give me the ability to choose my buttons, damn it. See ya, Pookie Bear. And of course, in this game, you don't find items, you just find money. That's the other difference. You didn't really have a shops in the last game. At least I don't think. I don't think I ever... Yeah, no, I didn't encounter a shop at all during the Mind Break or even after that. Because I am chosen. Chosen of a dragon. How cool is that? It is very cool. You can definitely be my chosen. And of course, we just get a bunch of gold. Were these the same rewards we got last time? I actually do wonder if this is randomized. Because I remember in the first game, everything was like on rails. Even the health potion drops were already preset. Oh shit. Oh, jam. Got it. Alright, now that we've gone through that area with actually a decent amount of health left, we're going to go ahead and save. That's the other problem with saving. It was built for the PS2, so this weird memory card system is still here. I wonder if that's something I could, like, fix in the settings for the emulator? I don't know. I'm still new to this PS2 emulator. I usually do PS2 emulation on my PS3, but I haven't actually reset that up after I had to redo the... I had to redo the homebrew recently, and so I've only done a few PS2 games, mostly the original God of War, on it. So I haven't actually, like, fully redone it yet. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We're bunny hopping. Side strafing for the win. It's like classic Dark Souls. Get behind them and stab them with the butt. That was actually the weakness of like 99% of the enemies in Dark Souls. Here's how you beat Dark Souls 1. First, try and get behind it. If you consistently get behind it, it doesn't have attack to attack from behind. Get behind it and stay behind it and slash at it whenever you get a chance. If it does have a way to get you from behind, or if it just has ways of, hitting you before you can get behind it, back up as it attacks and it will whiff. There, I just told you how to beat 80% of the enemies in original Dark Souls. You're welcome. I'm not joking either. They die so easily, if you know that. Oh, right, I have a bow too. I should probably be using that. Oh my god, no wonder they gave you so many arrows. Oh my god, this camera will not stay still. Okay, this camera makes aiming the bow atrocious. If you're hip aiming the bow, you are gonna get hit. Because good god, this camera... I hate the way this camera operates. I'm just gonna say that. It's fine in games where you're not having to like aim stuff. But they gave you a goddamn bow. Come on, man. Oh, and of course, when you go into the sights, the up-down is with the left stick, and the left-right is with the other stick. Of course. You have to use both sticks for aiming the bow. Really, it's just typical. I don't get why they would do this. Dual stick aiming is not something I have seen in a long time. I haven't seen that since like some GameCube games. I'm still gonna make your Rule 34 though. For a moment I had hoped you had forgotten about that. But then you brought it up again, and I cry. In this game, it most certainly is. But, like, it's seriously weird. I haven't seen dual stick aiming where you have to use, like, one stick to do, like, the left and right, and another stick to do the vertical up and down since the GameCube. It wasn't even a bow either. It was, like, a gunplay in one of the really bad shooters on the GameCube. There were actually good shooters, too. Star Fox Assault is actually one of my favorite GameCube games. And people shit on it so much, but it's actually a lot of fun. Okay, I think we leveled up. So let's go to our level up. Yep. So we can get magic skills. Oh, so you just fill up a meter. I don't have any magic yet, so I'm going to give myself a melee skill, because I feel like we're going to be defaulting to melee pretty often. Yes, the changes are permanent. Save? Yeah, save. We're going to save here in case we want to undo that. Maybe they get a spell immediately and we can't use it. That would be a lot like a game like this, I think. Zoop. Alright, save was successful. It's harder to do saves as frequently. Lady, what the hell are you doing in here? What are you... There were a bunch of murder goblins. How did you, like... Two of them were right... Okay, let's see what this person has to say.
Oh my! You don't know how glad I am to see you.
How did you get in here?
Can you show me the way out of here?
There were a bunch of murder monster things. I'm so confused. How did this lady get in here? Oh my god. Did you get trapped by the boulder, maybe? I'm so confused. Why she looks like Lara Croft. I don't know. Are you talking about the main character or this character? Wait, where'd they... Oh, they were following me, okay. I didn't think they were, because they didn't really do anything. I don't know why the main character looks like Lara Croft, though I can guess the reasons.
Oh,
Lady, you were either trapped in there or you somehow managed to sneak past a bunch of blood-tooth abominations.
I'd like to find
Non-player
pay you.
literally looks a lot like Lara Croft. What are you talking about? I had the ponytail. She doesn't even have the ponytail. And I look like a Lara Croft adventurer. And look at these side jumps. And this backflip. Bunny hop, bunny hop. Let's go. Wee. Yup. 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 Boop. Boop. Okay, so we saved a random person who was somehow in a cave, and I don't know how she got trapped in there. I'm assuming the boulder locked her in there, and she didn't know there were monsters like a few feet away from her at all times. Okay, I think I've already been this way. Should probably check the map. I don't mean the cave lady. I don't think the cave lady looks like... Look at the main character. She looks a lot more like Lara Croft than that other character did. I don't know. I mean, it's just me. Oh, I can equip the mace now. That I have experience. Okay, so map-wise, I think we need to turn around. Yeah. So we need to go this way instead. Oh, fun. Well, this mace is certainly working out for me. Do 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 do. Okay, so now we pull out our map again. No, we went the completely opposite direction, actually. Right, because you turn around when you open your map. Got it, got it. Towards the river we go. I can guess the reasons why. You got a dirty mind for a dragon. Sent by duties commit. Wait. No, that's not why I was saying... Oh my gods. I was saying it's because she's a popular character and they're ripping her off. But, you know, I was basically saying they were trying to basically make their own fantasy version of Lara Croft. Not that. God damn it, why does everyone who plays the Tomb Raider games think like that? Ugh. PS1 Lara or modern one? I say both because this was also in the PS1 era too, remember? This is a sequel to a game that had the same character design. And she kind of looked like fantasy barbarian lady Lara Croft back then too. Alright. So, back to the map. Yeah, so the swamp area... Oh, no, wait, this is back to the shops. No. Wait, is this the right way to go? I'm confused. Shadowmire is this way. Okay. So Shadowmire is this way. So I do have to go this way. And I'm guessing this is where I need to go? Hello.
You sure you want to go through there?
Trogs.
The Trogs cut a patrol to pieces just last week.
I was thinking like PS1 and like early PS2 Lara Croft and PS3 Lara Croft.
Just let me through.
Whatever you say.
There were PS3 games before the reboots. I wasn't saying cave lady, I was saying main protagonist lady. But, you know. In freaking Spyro X3XD. Like in Spyro 3. Wait, Spyro 3. What happened to Spyro? I can't remember anything in Spyro 3 that would inspire Lara Croft. I don't understand what you're referencing there. Sorry. You need like a big question mark to appear? Should probably get one of those. Should be hard to find a gift. Also, who's gonna be... You know, I might watch the Popeye horror movie. Just to support the Holy Domain in general. Okay. Do. Man. You know, video games during a look... I really am pissed that Namco, like, copyrighted Tara Croft. I'm really pissed that Namco... Or was it Namco, I think? Was it Bandai Namco? I think Bandai Namco was the ones that, it was either them or Konami that patented video games during loading screens. And like now we're so fast, the loading times are so fast that it doesn't matter. But I'm still pissed that entire generation of games that actually could have used the feature didn't have it.
You really shouldn't be out here, you know.
Tara Croft. Was that the cheetah lady? No.
Right from our home.
Tara Croft. Who was? I'm sorry. It's been a while since I replayed the Spyro Remastered trilogy.
I'll try to find her. You just stay put.
Oh, the mouse lady. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a thing in there, wasn't it? She was a side character.
Look at this.
That almost just feels like a reference, though. I don't think she was like a main character, like part of the main group, though. It was just like a kind of one-off joke thing. Wow, they're going for like the voodoo swamp immediately. Yo, I do have to give them credit, though, for the drastic tone change. Very nice. You're gonna have a swamp level, at least light it like this. That's swamp levels go. Oh, we got magic enemies. Gameplay has changed. Squishy mage, get bricked. Bag of gold. Got him. Uh-oh. Wait, what did I do? Hey, got it. Wait, holy damn. Pikes on heads. Hey. You got some style. These monsters got style. They're going for the foreboding, dare you not come into this place kind of vibe. Or the stay away adventurers, we will put your head on a spike vibe. That's commonly known. You know, I actually sometimes wonder, are you more likely to attract an adventurer with a bunch of heads on stakes, or more likely to scare away the wimpy ones? No one you referring is Sheila. In the original, she looks nothing like that. She's an Alphan tomboy, sort of. In the last world, there's one dialogue scene with a character called Tara Croft. Okay. Alright. Again, it's been a while since I did the remastered trilogy. Alright, come on. Bash your face in. Probably should have done that in the middle of combat, but hey. The frogmen lying in wait, though, are a nice touch. I will say this game does immediately give you more variety on enemies. Like, it took forever to get through, like, just the knockoff orc section. But this one has immediately dropped us into a swamp with a bunch of, like, murderous frog people who have magic and hide in the water. They definitely upped their creatures, is what I'm saying. Though, I guess the original did have those weird flying, like, fake dragon creatures, which were pretty cool. So, toss up. Wonder how much variety we're gonna get out of the frog people, though, or is it just gonna be it, you know? Just a magic user, this guy, maybe an elite enemy that shows up later. Hope we get more variety. I'm serious. Play original games for comparison. I not only think you are not missing that you better playing them. Well, it was harder because I didn't have wasn't great emulating things, so my PC was not exactly the best back then. It is now, and I can emulate things fine now. You know, I probably should, just for like, you know, it's Spyro, it's a dragon. For historical context, if nothing else. Because the remakes did smooth over a lot of the rough edges from what I've been told. Oh, hey, we got a new one. We got a big boy. He dies like all the rest, though. Hey, we got 2 experience points. Oh, no, wait. That's experience level 2. Okay. Never mind. We don't. Alright. Let's go. Oh, actually, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me, Code Assembly. Saving. Remember, kids, save your game. That's how you lose an hour of time, is because you forgot to keep saving. We don't have to fight our way through that entire swamp all over again. Oh, also, the Fault Order death counter should be, let's see. It should be at, like, 2, I think, at this point. Whoa. Barely dodged that. Feels good. With Duck Station, it isn't even that much truth anymore. I'm still not the best person to speak about graphics. Graphics should never be a make or break deal. I agree. Graphical fidelity and chasing after it is bad. Although I do think there are certain games that rely a bit on their graphics to make the gameplay feasible. If that makes sense. What the hell? What the hell is this thing? Oh, they're machines. They have auto-targeting? Damn. Holy shit. Actually, something really cool happened recently. So, I'm not sure how many of you know about Framework. They're a company that makes really repairable laptops. And so, the whole thing with them is that you can buy all the individual parts of your laptop and you can replace them. They sell everything, like from the motherboard to the screen. You can even buy variations on the keyboard in case you don't want a numpad and you want more space for some reason. Or you want to add something else. Even the ports, the I/O is hot swappable. It's all USB-C Thunder, or like USB-C 4, I think, or whatever. And somebody took their motherboard and some of their other parts and made like a like handheld portable PC out of the motherboard recently with the Switch-style controllers. It is so cool. And I just love that when parts are available, when like laptop-grade parts are available, people will make their own goddamn portable devices. Rather than just like, you know, some of them will just be like, yeah, you know, I can just make one that's nicer. And that I can repair and do whatever I want with. Oh my god, these things are annoying. Pyro not only managed to age well, but when you boost it with Duck Station, it looks even better than the remake. Just for the art style, Duck Station has geometry smoothing and stuff. Handheld PC, I was thinking to myself today how much I miss having portable console like PSP or Game Boy and stuff. I mean, the Switch is nice, but I'm sick of 20 frames a second, I'm sorry. I really am. Honestly, I'm waiting for the next, well, I am waiting for Valve to give us a Steam Deck upgrade, but that's apparently going to be a few years out because Valve doesn't believe in doing incremental updates every goddamn year. They believe in releasing something only when they think they have a substantial upgrade to offer, which is really good from a certain perspective. Like, a part of me is just like, yeah, Valve, you show the rest of the industry. But the other part of me is like, yeah, but I would like to just, like, you know, not feel like it's going to get replaced in a few years. I don't think it will, but it's that risk for me. I don't know. However, I also don't want the RG Ally because I don't really want to run on Windows on a portable thing. I'd rather run a version of Linux like Arch or SteamOS. I cannot wait for Valve to make SteamOS just available. That's going to be so sweet. Laziness of Valve, it's virtue, go figure. It's not laziness. I genuinely think, like, let's be real here. If Valve were lazy, they wouldn't release hardware at all. They own PC gaming. Yes, I know GOG exists. Yes, I know itch.io exists, although itch.io's site got taken down by an AI, like, what is it, name recovery thing?
No.
This doesn't seem to be the right location.
This doesn't seem
Valve is... they have people who seem to genuinely care about what they make, but they also are like the kind of artists who, you know, they'll get halfway through doing something, not like one tiny aspect of it, and rather than fix it, they'll throw the whole thing out. They can make some really good stuff, and they have some very talented people working for them. I think Half-Life Alyx, a hands-off attitude, has done Valve well. It really has. Valve has basically just decided that they make enough money and they only make new stuff when they think they have something to offer, which is good. They've had, don't get me wrong, they've had slip-ups. The Steam controller, I had one, was kind of sucked. I actually played Dark Souls 1 with it. It was terrible, trust me. And they had like the Steam TV box thing, but they tend to learn from their mistakes in general. And Steam as a software has not fallen prey to the trap that a lot of dominant software like Adobe falls into, where it just gets worse. Steam has gotten better every year it has been out. Like, Steam is consistently getting better as a software. They just added screen recording and stuff. And when they added it in a way that felt good, with like automatic markers for achievements and stuff. Valve is not one to sit on their laurels, but they're also not one to just release things because they can either. They only release stuff when they feel like they have to, or they should. Which is both a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways. At least that's my opinion on the situation. Thank Gabe for that. Yeah, can you imagine if Steam had been run the way that, like, EA was? Like, let's assume that Steam, after making Steam, Valve decides to go public and sell itself out. And the shareholders demand they start acting just like EA. Maybe they even get a former EA executive to run Valve. They would have run Steam into the goddamn ground by now. Everyone would be on GOG or whatever, and Steam would be an utter mess, like Epic Game Engine. Like the Epic Game Store, you know? Valve is a different company. And they are private. I give them that. They had attitude, especially old Valve. They still managed to piss me off what they did to gaming. This is ciphrizing it entirely. What does that even mean? I'm sorry, I don't know that word. They have competitors, though. The Epic Game Store is a competitor. I actually think it's what got Valve to start updating Steam a bit more, because they realized that they are not irreplaceable, and understood that, unlike some companies. GOG, if you want to own your games, go buy them on GOG. If you want to... Cipherizing, whatever. I don't know what's cipherizing either. What did they do? Whoa. Yeah, what did they do? Why do you dislike them? What thing made you dislike Valve? Now, I will say they do leave some things to rot. Like, they might not, you know, take down TF2's servers, but good gods, is TF2 a mess at this point. Don't worry, it's not a real word. TF2, last time I played with Assembly, was full of bots that will just auto headshot you immediately. Which, yeah, that's not great, but it's also like a game that Valve has still put more effort into than any other developer, aside from the really, really good ones, put into any game they make, period. Do I think they should be trying to implement harsher anti-cheat? Maybe, but at the same time, we've been hearing stories about anti-cheat breaks Linux support, and nobody wants to break Linux support. Valve is clearly very Linux first as a company. That was also like 4 years ago. Yeah, maybe they fixed it since then. Although a lot of companies have been like removing it from SteamOS and not selling on the Switch anymore, or selling on the Index anymore, because they want to have anti-cheat that won't work properly on Linux. Because the trend of Valve started. No, physical media was dying way before. No, physical media was already dying. I haven't played TF2 since I got on Linux. I'm not talking about anti-cheat and TF2 support. I'm talking about anti-cheat in other games. What was it? Was it... I forget which game it was that recently took it off. It was one of the major ones. Was it Apex Legends that said they weren't going to do Linux anymore? Yeah, it died because of writing speed. The moment writing speeds got good enough to just, like, download it onto the hard drive, it was over. And don't get me wrong, I'm sad about that, and I still fight against it too, because I like having physical copies. I agree with you. I like having a physical image of the game that they can't mess with. Discs have cat reading write speeds. Yes, although they have gotten a lot better. Like, I don't think people realize how much data the modern Blu-rays store. Modern Blu-rays can store like 50 gigs. which doesn't seem like a lot, and it isn't, because most games are like 100, all those AAA games are like 100, but if you're doing an indie game, it can easily fit on a Blu-ray, no problem. And memory storage. Yeah, memory storage too. Also, internet speeds. I think that's the big one, in my opinion. Internet speeds are a huge one. Because it used to just be faster to download it off the disk than it was to download the internet, regardless of the write speeds and the memory storage. Ooh. But I do like having physical copies. Actually, I have a physical copy of Bloodborne with the DLC on it. It's a Game of the Year edition from Europe. And I am so happy about that because it is actually on the disc. All the data is on the disc. I don't have to go online at all. I've tested it extensively. And so I actually have a physical copy that I'm eventually going to rip once they create... Once the PS4 gets taken offline, I'm going to homebrew the ever-living hell out of that thing. But PS4 was actually a sick console. I don't care what people say. Honestly, it's not even about physical media, but the fact that on those platforms you don't own the game. That's why free games are awesome, and no, Valve heavily kickstarted that trend, even if Sega was ahead. Well, the thing with Valve is, Valve just didn't want to deal with publishers, which I would argue is a good thing. Like, I get where you're coming from, and it does suck. But if you do want it, a lot of games are available on GOG, where you get to actually physically download a DRM-free copy that you can store and copy as many times as you want. Like, if you want to do that, there is GOG. Now, maybe not every game is there, but a lot of game developers made their own, like, console or whatever, so I'd argue they were going to do it regardless. And consoles were already starting to move in that direction. Like, yeah, Valve kind of got a generation ahead of it, but the PS3, they were definitely working on something like that for the PS3 regardless. With option. Yes, you're right, but that's not Valve. There are plenty of games on Valve that you can run without running them through Valve. It's just that if any game has DRM, you have to run it through Valve. Like, what is it? There was, Baldur's Gate, for example. You can go into the settings and run the game using a different file in the folder, and it will run without Steam being open. That's actually how you do local multiplayer with, like, one machine. So, it's not Valve's fault that they were preventing you from having permanent copies of your games they can't touch. That's publishers wanting to do that, and publishers were going to go wherever that was possible. Valve allowed them to do it on their platform, sure, but that's a whole other issue.
Come try that with
Yeah, they are strictly against modifying it. Nintendo gets all huffy when you mod their consoles. They always talk about cheats, like you were definitely cheating if you had a modded console. I'm just like, look, I get there are cheaters out there. Most people who go through the trouble of modding their console just want to have fun. That's why I always wait to mod my console so I don't get banned. I always mod, like, after the life cycle when it's being taken offline. Yeah, they were just offering a better service than piracy. That's like Gabe Newell quote about how piracy is an accessibility issue. And it's always like, yeah, if people can't buy your game, they won't buy it. Most people would rather buy the game and support the developer.
Terrible.
Data and statistics, but also the fact that they're already on Steam and asking to Google GOG is too much for them. That's fair. Yeah, Gabe Newell made that quote himself. I'm referencing him directly, yes. I am referencing Gabe Newell when I say that. That's that famous quote for him that's always taken out of context. I find there are plenty of people that say it completely reasonably, but there are also a lot of people who just don't want to pay for things that talk about it. I try and do a mixture. I try and buy when I can from sources, you know, that I want to enjoy. Like, most of my Plex server is from Blu-rays I can get a hold of. But also, if I can't easily get a hold of a Blu-ray, if a Blu-ray is, like, expensive because it's out of print and it has been for years, look, I'm either going to try and find a cheap used one, or I'm just going to torrent it. And that's the way it be. Not that legally, not that I would ever do that, of course. All of my collection is definitely from Blu-rays, or from my iTunes account. Actually, fun fact, iTunes used to let you download the physical files. I bought Secret Saturday Season 3 because it was the only way I could get it, because it was one of those Cartoon Network shows that went on, like, their Cartoon Network video exclusive back when that was a thing. You can have a point. Early Valve was on physical medias and heavily old school, you know. Yeah, Half-Life 2 and Portal were on physical media. You could go buy a disc for Half-Life 2 and Portal. Exactly. It wasn't Valve's fault the industry did this way. They actually did a lot of stuff to prevent it from becoming just this. And I would argue that they are still doing a lot. Like, with Valve, you can take a Valve machine offline And their DRM cannot touch you at that point. Yeah, you might have to play it on using Valve's like software, but if you put all your games on Valve and put them on a PC and then disconnect that PC and took it in the middle of the Arctic, it would continue to run well, essentially forever until the hardware broke. You wouldn't be able to access all the online features, but you would essentially just get to keep that game running. Which is good, I think. Again, Valve is one of the few actually good companies. And you know why they're a good company? It's because they're a private company. The moment you ask for, like, shareholders, I feel, in a creative endeavor, I feel like you've already screwed things up. Which is unfortunate. And I invest in things that have shares. I even invest in some entertainment companies like Netflix that have shares. And you know what? They're inevitably going to fall to pressure. They're inevitably going to do stupid things because shareholders only want short-term profits. And I freely admit that. As someone who invests in things. Uh-oh. When was the last time I saved? Basically what Gabe is saying is that by making it more convenient to buy games rather than going through the hassle of pirating, people are going to take the more convenient option. Yeah, and torrents are a pain. I've torrented a few things that I had legal ability to torrent for the reason for the person watching me. I physically own the things I was torrenting, which is a legal-ish gray area. Anyway. Anyway, ignoring that whole conversation, torrenting is a bit of a pain. Yeah, it's not easy, especially with data caps. Like, I have Cox, and, you know, they're one of the worst ISPs, so obviously they have data cap limits. We have, like, a little bit over 1 terabyte per month that we can download and upload, which sucks. I think this, like, just doing the stream regularly wipes out, like, a 10% of our internet budget. Thankfully, the other people on the network don't really use it that much, so it's mostly me rubbing up against the limit. It's not necessarily them. Cox is a scummy company, though. Like, even by company standards, they're scummy. Because they're essentially a legalized monopoly that we just have done nothing about. Because ISPs get to have their little monopolies. They build the infrastructure. Yeah. That might have been an excuse back when it wasn't an essential service. Internet is needed to operate day-to-day life, and anyone who doesn't understand that really, really needs a lesson. But no, Gabe Newell was right, though. If people can buy a game easier than they can torrent it, most people are going to take the easily bought option over the torrent. It's not really that complicated, even. Turns out, you have a good product, and people can physically buy it, looking at you, graphics cards, then they will probably buy it if it's at a reasonable price. Again, looking at you, Nvidia. Although, Nvidia might actually have some company. Actually, did you hear about what Intel did? Intel is nuts. The Battle Mage cards. I'm getting better. I am getting better. I'm dying less. Intel is actually getting better. They are about to release their Battle Mage cards, and we finally have the specs and price. They're giving us 12 gigs of VRAM, which makes it better than the 4060. And it's going to be for $249. That blows the 4070 out of the water. It's going to be crazy. If you're looking for a mid-range card, I would keep an eye out. I would wait for the reviews to come out, obviously. But I would keep an eye out. You better be getting better. I'd be watching you. Oh, shit. Well, fell to the death counter. Tick up again, please. Well, we're up to 3 now. But no, if you're looking to build like a mid-range, or looking for a good mid-range card, the Intel Battle Mage might actually be good. We'll have to wait to see if it actually holds up to Intel's hype, because Intel has had a bit of a history recently. But there's reason to believe that just giving it 12 gigs, if you fail, I will kidnap you. Torrenting ain't that hard nowadays. Yeah, but you have to be careful, and you need a VPN. If you don't have a VPN, they will find you. Actually, I recently got a copyright alert from my ISP. They're like, hey, a copyright holder said that you might have been doing something. Now, they didn't serve me court documents or whatever. It was more of a warning. And they don't usually sue you, but that kind of thing does scare people. And if they do figure out you're doing something or they have proof, they can go after you. So you do need a VPN on all the time. You can also rent a seed box, which is where you get a subscription for, like, a server that specializes in storing... Oh my god. Okay, so I need to either take a potion or not fall to death. Screw copyright. Copyright is good in moderation. Like, if you said copyright lasted for 30 or 40 years, I would probably be fine. I think 40 years might be a bit long, but I would probably be like, that's a reasonable time frame. Problem is that it lasts 90 years and it applies to companies too, which is stupid. Or I'm sorry, it's 90 years or was it 90 years or 70 years after the sold to a corporation or the author's death, I think is the official new version that Mickey Mouse pushed through a while back. Most of the time anyway, fuck copyright. Yeah. Again, if it only lasted 40 years, it wouldn't be that bad. You know, the second time Disney amended it, not the third or the fourth. You just know that if the internet hadn't like made what they were doing really, really obvious already, they thought they could get away with it, they would have done it again. Absolutely, 100%. Buying ain't owning, piracy ain't stealing. Yeah, I actually understand that mentality. I kind of agree, weirdly. It's not a one-to-one comparison, but I do understand the mentality behind it. Alright. Agree, tough shit, tough, though there are things beyond that. Yeah. Now, one of the interesting things for me personally is that oh god, what was it? It's copyright is a frustrating thing to talk about with some people because some people really do seem to think that certain types of media deserves to be sheltered from other creators. Like, I have this conversation with my parents all the time. And my mom, when I told my mom, I was like, oh yeah, they're making a Popeye horror movie. Isn't that funny? And I was like, no, that's horrible. They're going to make a Winnie the Pooh horror movie too again. I told her, yeah, they're making a sequel to that. It's like, that's awful. I'm like, why is that awful? Some creators decided this thing that was made over a century ago was something they would like to play around with. How is that like a terrible thing to do? I don't understand that mentality. I genuinely don't get it. Then again, I read fan fiction, so I've seen worse. I've seen what people are actually willing to do to a piece of media. So maybe for me, horror movie just is a really low bar. God. Jeez. Agreed, though there are things beyond. Alright. So let's see if we can finally get past this segment. I will say, this game feels a bit more fair than the previous one. A lot of my issues come from the jankiness of the controls, not the game just basically being a RNG machine with its hits. Because, you know, you can actually, like, just... Well, alright. Now, I think I can just shoot the barrels, actually, which was probably what I was supposed to do for that whole segment. There we go. Dealt with. Alright. We got it. Alright, I'm gonna try... Should I save here? I don't have any potions, so I probably shouldn't. Just because I do not have the potions and I do not have the health at the moment. I'm gonna wait till I get some more health. Hopefully I can find some health potions, because I am really freaking low. Maybe I should have bought some from the alchemist. Rather than this fancy sword. I am saying people are taking the more inconvenient option because they hate developers. like, devs are mocking calling players entitled. That's not necessarily devs, I feel like. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are definitely some devs that were complaining about things like how Elden Ring wasn't actually that great and why we're all terrible for enjoying it. But, like, the number of really respectable devs that, like, had a hissy fit about Elden Ring were kind of funny. No one is torrenting a bad game. True. Well, you say, actually, I would argue some people are, but they're mostly torrenting it because they don't want to give their money, and they were never going to play it. The only reason they're playing it at all is because they can get it for free and they want to see how shit it is. That's a little different. But there are people who do that, like, torrent or grab an ISO of a shitty game, like Ride to Hell Retribution or something. You know, oh lol, look at bad Xbox game. You know? So I would say that happens, but you aren't entirely wrong. But yeah, when it comes to people, just normal people just playing games, not content creators, yeah, it's basically just good games.
No!
Save? Well, I have like no health. I guess I could do another save file. See, that's the thing. I have no health here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Just get good tracker blocker and ad blocker. Yeah, as long as you remember to keep your VPN up. I think mine got like disconnected briefly, and that's why I got tracked. But as long as you have a good VPN, you should be fine. Oh my god. How am I supposed to do this? I have no health. Yeah, I really shouldn't have saved here. I'm gonna have to reload. I think I'm gonna try one more time, but I think I'm just gonna have to reload to the other one because I lost too much health. God damn it. Or maybe I can just side straight them like a god. Get good. I did. Look at that, Scruffs. I'm that good. I just didn't even take a hit. Not even be in browser plugs. Well, no, you don't. You're torrenting via a browser?
I just don't know what to say.
Or you're just downloading? You're talking about like
Those
piracy
horrible
downloads.
things.
Yeah, fine. But if you're torrenting, you usually do that over a different. I mean, I don't use like Tor browser. I use like Qubit torrent. I think when I try and torrent things. So you know. All right. Let's go. I mean, I use separate programs, but that's just me. Do we have any health potions around here? Because I could desperately use a health potion. Any health potions? Browser plug to not be detected. And for my pirate adventures, it's uTorrent. Oh, okay. Hi there, I'm a big QTorrent person. I haven't used uTorrent before. Alright, let's see where we go from here. I know there's some, like, blow dart masks up ahead. Be careful. Alright. Those big masks don't do shit. Look at me going with, like, no health. Managing to stay somewhat alive. Alright. Careful. Slow and steady. Don't rush too hard. We have, like, literally nothing in our health bar. Look at it. It's empty. I shouldn't even be alive. I'm only alive through a fluke of luck. Oh, more skeletons, but no healing potions. Shit. Damn it. I was really, really hoping I'd get some healing potions. Wonder if we're on Jupiter. If this is like a full-on Dragon Riders of Pern's actually sci-fi thing going on. So we got terraform Jupiter in the future since Europa is the moon. Thing outside is that old school level piracy I encountered with Call of Duty, specifically Black Ops 1 for whatever freaking reason. Wait, you mean a lot of people pirated it, or like what are you talking about? You mean a lot of people pirated it, or there was a problem pirating it? Oh no. Oh no. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and back up and shoot you in the asshole from a safe distance where you can't hurt us. There, he's dead now. He can't hurt us any longer. I think I heard a health potion dropping, so I gotta get to that.
I think I can find my way back from here.
Oh yes, I'm bloody and scraped, but I can just like, I can walk home from here, it's fine. I swear. It is hard to pirate Black Ops 1 specifically. There's only like 3 repacks, but one of them is Russian. You need language patch and T5 files for Plutonium anyway. It doesn't work for me. Well, the problem with a lot of games like that is also that it's like online. It's a heavy online game. So it's a lot easier for them to detect pirated copies because of all the DRM services they have now. Which is probably a legitimate use of DRM. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, stopping piracy is actually why they claim DRM is necessary. You know? It's not technically supposed to be so we can't play our games, even, and they can delete them whenever they feel like it, even though it, you know, does get used that way most of the time. Alright. Let's see. Please no goblin, lizard people, please no lizard people, please no lizard people. Come on, health potion. Come on, I need a health potion. Oh my god. A health potion! Saving the game now. The other doesn't work for me anymore. No, that sucks. You know what stops that, though? Owning a console version. Actually, a console version is of older games is actually very valuable now because you can, if you have a DVD player, which I do, I have a Blu-ray reader. It's even been loaded with custom firmware, so I can actually like rip discs through through heavy encryption. And the benefit of that is that you can download the ISOs, especially if you have it. Should exist as a form of game preservation as a middle finger. I mean, that's what the archive.com argued, but they're being sued by a bunch of book publishers, so, you know, ask them how that's working out at the moment. I'm not saying it's right that it's working out that way, but that is the direction the legal system seems to be going in, unfortunately. Again, I want to make it very clear, I am not on the side of those assholes. I just, you know, I'm very sad about what's happening with that. Yeah, they're apparently not allowed to give out book copies anymore. They decided that the whole, hey, you own a physical copy, so you should be able to lend out an ebook copy without DRM, as long as you're only lending out that many copies of it, it's properly protected using other systems. Or no, sorry, not without DRM, with DRM, I mean. But no, they've decided that that's just not acceptable, because we need more money, the book industry. So if you think they have any, the publishing industry is like dying at the moment, they still have the legal might to do that. So if you think the games industry is going to let something like that happen, you're out of your mind. I think they should. I think it's wrong for us to throw away so much of our culture and art, and video games are actually art and a part of our culture. It should be preserved and treasured, no matter what some people say. Ugh. God, so people who just like, oh, it's just a game, bro. It's like, yeah, and we should probably also have treasured the original version of Monopoly before it literally started endorsing capitalism, you know? We probably should have treasured that too, but we didn't. So frustrated about that stuff. I get so frustrated when people talk about how it's not a big deal. It's just some random game. It's like, yeah, but culture is defined by popular tastes in a lot of ways. Popular tastes rule the day for a lot of what we define as old culture. until industries run out of money. So never. You're saying never. Then again, these are the same kind of industries that think that they can charge for heated seats. So, that they can charge you a subscription to use heated seats that are already in a car. They're going to nickel and dime you forever. Shit. It's our job not to purchase anything produced by a corp. I'm okay with doing it with private corporations because they don't have to answer to shareholders. Private corporations can have agendas other than pure profit. Like, actually, I was watching a short the other day, and it was, I think it was like all the executives are panicking after that one executive got assassinated recently, and the whole thing was that like the Arizona Tea executive and the Costco executive were like sitting in a corner, like, why are they freaking out? Do people like not like them or something like that? Because those executives have actively fought against people who work for them trying to implement anti-competitive or anti-consumer practices, and they've actively fought against them and even threatened to kill members of their own company who tried to incite that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, they don't have anything to worry about. I only purchase from independent artists. I would argue private corporations are kind of independent now, but it depends on how they operate too, because like, just because you're private doesn't mean you're a good company. It just means you have the chance to be a good company. I'm so scared about From Software getting bought by Sony. Look, I get it. The Dark Souls games have reached their conclusion with Elden Ring. I get it. It's like the climax of them all, but at the same time, I really don't want From Software making games through Sony. I know they partner with Sony regularly, but they still have independence to make stuff, like actually good things. And I just worry, because Sony does allow for their artists to make things, but they allow that because they think that's what's profitable for them. And if they get new shareholders who think different things, things change. So, if you only buy from independent, I guess you spend a lot of time on Etsy then, huh, Assembly? Wow. So this game is really killing me, huh? It is really murdering the ever-loving shit out of me. Man. Yeah, I hope it doesn't end up like the Xbox Rare situation. Oh, Rare. Poor Rare. Rest in peace, Rare. Rest in peace. Not a huge fanboy of them. I didn't play a lot of their games, but they did good work. And I can recognize that. Yeah, I hope it doesn't end up like that. No, I just learned wood carving. That is also another thing we have to thank Steam for. Steam really did make indie games possible. Like, indie solo developed games were just not feasible. Or at least not on a wide scale back before Steam. Releasing your game meant going through a publisher. Private corporation or not, here are my monies for your product. Don't try and be funny with DRMs and disk storage space like COD does, cutting things off for sell as DLC and stuff. Yeah, alright, that is actually something I'm really pissed off about. In the age where you barely put stuff on the disc as it is, cutting out content in the game already and making it DLC is a special kind of assholery that we deserve for the worst of the worst. Like Activision, and now Blizzard, I guess. Honestly, Blizzard, I'm going to say something a little controversial. Blizzard deserves Activision these days. They deserve each other. They're both shit. Blizzard has been shit ever since the Warcraft 3 remaster, and probably even before that. That's just when I became aware that they were shit. Want to help with this Minecraft build? Not in Minecraft, by the way. Ugh. Wait, what the? Oh, no, there's another one. There was another one. There was another one. I missed one. Oh my gosh, these freaking spiders are going to be the death of me. They really are going to be the death of me. Ooh, another thing. I was actually, I'm going to be rereading Merlin's Dragon. Apparently got renamed in a re-release to Dragon of Avalon. I don't get that. Why would you rename a series that came out, like, years ago? Merlin's Dragon with a perfectly acceptable name. Basil was amazing. I liked him. Cute little guy before he became like 1,000 years older because Merlin used time magic on him. Oh, cute little Basil. Well, the spiders were the death of you. Yes, they were. A lot of things have been the death of me, Assembly. I've been killed... In fictional worlds, I've been killed more times than I can imagine. Oh, wait, I haven't been using my healing potion. Oh my god. Just imagine showing your parents your Minecraft build and they're actually impressed. That hurts, Assembly. That hurts. Ugh. Though to be fair, they were impressed with some of the redstone things I made. And they were like, you made this in a game? Why? And I'm like, well, because I have a lot of time in my hand because I'm a child. Oh god, the things I used to build in Minecraft. I was never one of those people who built a fully functioning computer. Point I'm making is that transaction form of agreement to respect not spitting or try to manipulate me into things. Be fair, I gotta be fair too. I mean, yeah. The thing is, most companies want more. They want profits go up. And that is incompatible with that, apparently. Not sure why, but, you know. Thank goodness the U.S. might not be going after them. Not sure how the Department of Justice is going to change soon, but at least the EU is still consistently going after them for bad behavior now. The EU has basically become my savior in recent years, because they're actually holding companies accountable for shit. It's not perfect, but it's the best we have, so I will be thankful for it, unfortunately. Yeah, your bow is really your friend here. Use your bow, kids. It's your friend. It's my friend. It is a bow. It is not useless. It is a friend. A dear friend. As long as I don't run out of arrows. Alright, line up the shot. Come on. And completely zoomed out and messed up my aim. Oh shit, was I not hitting it? Or is it just taking a while? Finally, it died. Finally, the little bastard died. Took forever. Oh, there's the one that killed me. There he is. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Oh my gods. I really only play indie stuff. And my broken English kind of suits this monkey mindset with profits at all costs. Alright. I see the little ones over there. I'm going to go after them first so they don't come and interrupt me. Alright, now we got to take out this one. Come on. Got it. Oh my. Oh, see? That was so much easier if I used my bow and not my mace. As long as there aren't any more on the ceiling. There aren't any more on the ceiling, right? Okay. We're cool. Good. I'm going to go ahead and save here, too. Alrighty. Sir Donna. Shadowmire. Zero subtlety. Just the way I like it. Let's go. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. We need our bow. The spiders, they have returned. There are more of them. There's so many of these little bastards. Not installing. Oh, shit. Holy shit, where'd that one come from? Oh my god. Well, I'm nearly dead again. Fun. Oh my god. Barely got those 3 arrows in it. Zigzag Wanderer. I'm not installing 80 gigs AAA games on my PC myself. I did exception for DNF Duel and 2 Saints Row games, 4 and 3. Spooter. Alright. Line up the shot. Fire 3 arrows. Right into its stupid spidery mandibles. Remember, it doesn't have a face, it has mandibles, kids. We can learn here, too. Get the indestructible blade out. Good old indestructible short sword. Perfect for bashing open crates. Oh, shit. What's that? Okay, no one was a spider. I'm paranoid about a spider jumping down. This is a great scream. Really? Okay. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Glad everybody's having fun. Oh, shit! Oh, my god. Barely noticed that one. I am surviving this game just barely. Like, this is like old Drakan, just bare survivalism. You know, I said this game was a little easier, and I stand by that, actually. I still stand by that. But at the same time, man, it's only just barely easier. TDL, you need your inner nerd taken away from you, goober. Why do I need my inner nerd? Isn't that like the best part of my personality? It's why I run this library, man. We gotta have it. You know, I actually worked in a library at one point. In high school, we all had to get like work-study jobs, which were basically like sort of chores-ish. Sort of. Not really, but some people clean the cafeteria for theirs. And I chose to shelve books at a library. It was actually fun. I enjoyed it. It was quiet and nice, and then I worked at Barnes & Noble for a time, so I basically did that same thing again. Ow. I bet you annoyed people with that job, Lamau. No, not really. Newgrounds games were so good. Oh, you only shelved books. Oh yeah, I didn't interact. I mean, that's what like low-level librarians do. You know that, right? Like, you don't start off at the front desk. Most people, if they start as a page, which usually is like shelving and organizing, you don't usually start out at the desk. Yeah, did you know that like public libraries still call you a page if you start there? I actually looked into getting a job there at one point. I worked in the cafeteria for that job. Yeah, see, I simply worked in the cafeteria. And then the second year, I was a TA, so I was a teacher assistant for the computer science teacher. Whoop. Don't start off at the front desk, my guy, I know. Well, you say that, but you did that. That's how Barnes & Noble worked. When I went to work Barnes & Noble, I immediately started working at a cash register. Although it's just standing there letting me shoot in the face. Dumb little spider. I did cleaning in the other classrooms. Interesting. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do another save real quick. I thought the best part about you is educated dragon with culture, with pleasure of talking with you universally. Thank you. I was also a barista because I technically signed up originally as a barista, and then I got like reassigned as an official like sales floor member during my later years at my last year at Barnes & Noble, I think, when I returned. But I knew how to do the cafe, so they would send me over to the Starbucks cafe. Because even though it's labeled a Starbucks, it's actually still Barnes & Noble employees. Nerd actually fits his educated part, so... You know what's really funny, though? One of the most stolen items at a bookstore are Bibles. I'm not joking. That was actually one of our highest risk areas. Can you think of anything more ironic than that? You know, the book that says stealing is wrong gets stolen the most. You're fun, but half the time you cannot understand a joke to save your life. That's fair. That's fair. Teacher hadn't graded their papers. I told them it was me. DJ lol. Yeah, that's an actual thing. So if you've ever wondered why, like, every Bible has, like, a bunch of censors all over it, it's because they're very high value items that people steal a lot. At least from at our Barnes & Noble. Again, our Lego department had lower theft ratings. Like, people were more willing to steal a Bible than toys. Or electronics. Or DVDs. My friend Aaron definitely steals Bibles. Hell, the trading card department had the trading cards were stolen less often. And those are, like, really easy. As, you know, risk goes. How do I get down there? I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick. Do people just steal Bibles to burn them? Because that's honestly... No, I don't know why they stole them. Like, it wasn't like they, like... You know, maybe they did, I don't know, but... I would assume it's because they want them and they're expensive. They sold, like, some nice leather-bound ones, so maybe they were reselling them on eBay, you know, scalping them. Nope, can't just jump down there. There's not some magic thing that just lets me take no fall damage. Shoot. Probably give it to people to evangelize. Maybe. I actually don't know. I have legitimately no clue. I just know it was a really funny thing because I thought it was really ironic. Also, the other thing was that in the political section, people would turn the front-facing books we had facing the other way, and it wasn't just one group of people that was doing it. It was like all sides of the aisle, if that makes sense. They would like flip the books around. It's like, you do realize the description is on the back. Just because you covered up the person's face that you didn't like doesn't mean the book stopped existing. Look at it from that perspective. People are stealing Bibles because they want it. They are interested in good and evil stuff. Maybe want to be better persons, the thought of it. Alright, so maybe we come through here and we have to like climb down to where the books are. So that weird magic staff. Let's see. Oh, fun. I have no health, so this is gonna be over real quick. Okay, we have health now. Oh my god. Well, I have all this money. If only I could go shopping. Which fast travel exists in this game? How are each hotel room in America going to get their Bible if you people don't see them? Zigzag, wanderer. Zigzag. Are you just going to keep saying that? Thankfully, I have my second best friend. The bow. My best friend is magic, but I don't have magic yet. So. Bow is your friend until you get magic, and then magic's your friend. I am running low on arrows, though. I had 200 to start with, and I've used almost 75% of them at this point. Go on, healing potion, and more worthless fucking money. Okay. Can you give me some healing potions? I don't think that's a hard ask. I scouted hotel rooms to try and find their showers and peppermint. I thought your best friend was dragons. True, the bow is my third best friend. My best friend being myself seems a little narcissistic. Like, you know. I guess, like, yeah, but that's the unsaid best friend. I'm talking about, like, the non-obvious ones. But then again, books are pretty high. This is a bit of a dilemma, actually. I do a good villager impression, I think. Nope, that doesn't work. I was trying to do the whole grabbing the ledge thing that showed me the tutorial. Where are king snakes on the list? They're not on the things I like list. They're on the things to avoid at all costs or burn with fire list. I thought you understood this assembly. Agree, 100%. It was a great villager impression. Whee! Okay, I will leave then. Yeah, it's about 9:30. I was hoping to get to at least a boss. I see improvement. And then I see, like... I guess overall I would consider this an improvement. Not the control scheme. I actually preferred the other control scheme. Then again, it had a mouse and keyboard to work with. Oh my god, I actually did a ledge climb. So that is a thing you can do. Cool. I wonder if it was just going to be in the tutorial. That wouldn't have been entirely unusual. Hurry up and quit. Wow. You guys do not think highly of me. Alright, well, you're not wrong. I actually do have to get up early tomorrow morning. I'm bike riding into work. Yeah, because I actually have to go to work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Alright, well, I will see you all next time then. I imagine we'll be playing a bit more of this, or we might do some more Hollow Cure. I know there's another game out, the Indiana Jones game. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it, though. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if my poor old PC can run it. I'm not getting a graphics card update. So, if my CPU update on Friday actually works, maybe. Wednesday is a cool day, I guess. Anyhow, see you guys next time. Bye.